Hello students, today we will move forward and try to understand how the differential form of Gauss law can be derived from the basic concepts. Let us start. As we have already seen, the electric field is represented by E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q upon R square, and we have also seen the Gauss law, that is total electric flux is summation of total charge enclosed inside the volume divided by epsilon 0. So phi is equal to Q upon epsilon 0. If we take this electric field equation and just reshuffle it, just epsilon 0 has been taken here and R square has been taken here. So it appears quite different because Q upon epsilon 0 is nothing but phi and 4 pi R square is nothing but area. So electric field becomes electric flux per unit area. So in terms of element, we can write flux element per area element. So E is equal to d phi by dA. Just simple cross multiplication gives us d phi is equal to E into dA. This is in terms of magnitude. But if we take the vectorial form and integrate both sides, we get total electric flux is equal to integral E bar dot dA bar. Dot product means the cos theta arises. Due to the dot product, the cos theta arises here. So it becomes E dA cos theta, or you can write E cos theta dA. So this is a modification of Gauss law. So phi can be represented in terms of electric field and area element. Let us move forward. These are the basic theorems, mathematical theorems, which relate the volume integral with area integral with line integral. This is called as Stokes theorem. In gradient theorem, the length integral or line integral is connected with the scalar quantity. So what is the way to memorize these things? It is very simple. Just look at the left hand side. Here the divergence is involved. Here the curl is involved. Here the gradient is involved. Now what is common on right hand side? The right hand side has a total integral. Now let us remember the sequence: divergence, curl and gradient. Divergence, curl and gradient. And what is happening here? Volume integral relates with the area integral. So it is down by one dimension. Volume integral 3-dimensional, area integral is 2-dimensional. So 3-dimensional integral is connected with the 2-dimensional integral. Here area integral on right hand side is a line integral. That means 2-dimensional integral is connected with 1-dimensional integral. In this, the length integral or line integral is connected with the scalar. So what is happening? Left hand side and right hand side, we are down by one dimension. So volume to area, area to line, and line to scalar. So these three theorems are very important and they will come often in our future studies. So I request you to revise these equations, write them down as many times as possible. So let us move forward. In first slide we have seen that phi is equal to integral E bar dot dA bar, and basic Gauss law we know phi is equal to Q upon epsilon 0. So what can be done? The both right hand sides can be equated and we can write integral E bar dot dA bar is equal to Q upon epsilon 0. This is called as integral form of Gauss law. Integral form of Gauss law, because integral is involved on the left hand side. We can modify this Gauss law using Gauss divergence theorem. We have already seen the Gauss divergence theorem involves divergence and volume integral relates with the area integral. So for E bar dot dA bar in this integral form, we can write the left hand side. So this E bar dot dA bar is replaced by this. So the equation becomes, this equation becomes integral del dot E bar dV is equal to right hand side Q upon epsilon 0. If we differentiate both sides, the integral goes away and dV is taken on right hand side. So this becomes 1 upon epsilon 0 dQ by dV. But what is dQ by dV? It is charge per unit volume. It is called as volume charge density, rho. So this is volume charge density upon epsilon 0. So this del bar dot E bar is equal to rho upon epsilon 0 is called as differential form of Gauss law. Okay. So these are very important forms of Gauss law. We are slowly and steadily modifying the Gauss law. In further studies, we will start to apply these Gauss laws in various cases. So thank you for your time. Thank you very much.